just got back from driving from the bank, and as I was driving, I kind of was looking at traffic, and I came to the realization that what if one of these cars, the person didn't know how to drive, and then he causes an accident, and then this whole collision happens, and then boom, like people get hurt, or there's someone gets badly injured. I thought about this, and I was like, it goes to show that in society, as much as we think we're so self-made or we're so in control of our own destiny and we're so like this amazing person, there's a degree of trust that we all place on each other without even knowing each other. We trust someone to build a nice house with a strong foundation where we can live in, bring our families in, raise our kids, and have a grand old time. We trust people to to arrive to work on time, to do their job correctly, so that your job is as easy as possible as well. Back to the traffic example, we trust people to not drive like idiots, so that everybody's safe, everybody gets to where they need to get to. I'm here thinking like, here we are, you watching my channel, someone that's in their self-development, someone that likes to grow within themselves and understand their inner world. But although you have about 90% control over your life, there's still that 10% where you place on other people. You just have to. I mean, it's kind of out of your control. You can't do every single thing in the world. That's why this whole notion that, it's completely up to us. There's nothing that can stop us. It's completely up to us. I love that mindset, but there's still that little percentage that, you have to place trust in other people, and then you have to trust that they can deliver for you, even if it's a stranger. So this is a huge realization you may have. I mean, think about it. It can be small things, like you go to the grocery store and then there's no meat, there's no meat left, and then you're like, oh damn, I gotta go to a different grocery store. So now you gotta take more time out of your day to go to that other grocery store to get that meat. But it turns out that happened because the guy that was doing the meat stuff didn't show up for work. He decided not to go to work because he didn't feel like it. And then that caused you to inconvenience yourself. So this whole butterfly effect phenomenon occurs where one event kind of touches on the other event and affects the other event. And now you're affecting strangers' lives. Strangers are affecting your life. And you have no idea where it's coming from. But it came from that trust that we all placed on each other. It's natural, that natural trust we all place on each other. And we don't know that certain certain things happen and don't happen because of the different decisions that someone does or doesn't make. It's a huge realization. And I think we forget this because we're in our bodies, we're in our day-to-day lives, and we have a biased focus on our life. So whatever is interesting to us or has of value to us is what we pay attention to. But there are times where things that have nothing to do with you have affected your life and you don't even know it. And the power in this is that because you're doing the self-improvement work, let's say it's something bad that occurs that it kind of wasn't really your fault, because you're able to kind of bounce back from that. That's the powerful part of this, not everything's on your control, but because you have that inner strength, that inner awareness, that fortitude to just like bounce back from setbacks. Like, it doesn't matter that that person did this or that. Like, you just come back from it. It's very important to see how consistent this occurs in the world. Other people's actions and how it creates butterfly effects in different people's lives. It can be big too. It can be politics. It can be a nation's decision to maybe bomb another country, or a nation's decision to not do trade with another country, and how it affects its citizens, how the citizens of that country view the citizens of another country, and how maybe they may look down upon them, and then maybe they don't want their kids to date someone from that country or marry someone from that country. I mean, it's really amazing. And if you think back in history, I mean, a lot of these decisions created butterfly effects. So we are at the consequence, or we are at the end result of those previous decisions made in the past. And those were decisions that we had no we really had no bearing on, right? I mean, me as a black person in America, I have somewhat of a say on how I can affect someone's first impression of me. But there's still that percentage where I really don't have a say. Like, people may see me and then have preconceived notions without even knowing me, right? I may look like somebody that has done something to them in the past, or I may look like someone they saw on TV do something, and I can be completely opposite of that, completely different from that person, but it doesn't matter. What that person sees in me is that person. Decisions we make now will affect things of the future. This is why I'm going to make a video on this, lifelines. This is a really big topic. I don't know if lifeline is the best term for it, but it's pretty accurate. So if you think of a timeline, it has, dates and periods of time. A lifeline, of course, think of it as your life as a timeline, but this timeline is more intricate in that it branches out to other timelines or other versions of you based on decisions you make. And if you think of it from a systemic standpoint, if you do this decision, it leads to that decision and that decision. But let's say you never made this decision, and you made for example, let me just give an example, because I give examples. You guys like examples. I keep it simple like that. Let's do some examples. Let's say you are on a ski trip with friends, and your friend wants to go down like a hill, a really steep hill. One lifeline is you choose to go with him down that hill, and then you get injured, right? That's a lifeline. And then another lifeline is you didn't choose to go down with him, and you never got injured. So these creates two different life scenarios and life events, and your life is changed from that standpoint. Let's say you went down, you got injured, and you were injured for 9 months. You got to have surgery. It's traumatic for you, and psychologically it's difficult, and also it's difficult, financially, and for the people close to you. You'll come out of that injury very different from you never choosing to go down that hill, and you just, continue on with your life. You be a different person. So that decision is huge. So think of those decisions that you make in your life and how it branches out to different possibilities in your life, good and bad, and how it affects other people around you and things like that. And then again, it's that butterfly effect that it affects this, it affects that, it affects this, it affects that. So at the end of the day, we somewhat have agency and control over ourselves, and we kind of control our destiny, but a lot of times we are affected by other people, and we affect other people as well. So this is a very key takeaway from this video, and it's a very important thing to really understand, that there are decisions that we make and decisions that other people make that affect us, and we affect it, and there's only so much that we can do. At the end of the day, we all trust each other to a degree, whether we know each other or we don't. And that trust is just a thing that's naturally there, because honestly, you didn't build your house, right? This house was built, by some construction workers that were contractors, paid to fix up the place. If they were lazy and didn't do it correctly, and they didn't double check certain things and the foundation and all that, and your house starts crumbling down, you might get hurt, or maybe your family gets hurt. So you didn't build the house, but you trusted that there was a professional that did. That's huge right there. That's huge. So we aren't all 100% capable of everything, and not everything's up to us. We are at the mercy of certain things, and if you kind of just understand that, it really clicks, and you understand just how connected the world really is, a lot more than you might think. Even those people that don't want to be in society, and they just kind of want to be isolated from society, there's still some tools, there's still some things that they've learned within society. They've learned math, they had to count how many tools that they have for, they had to learn certain things from society, and you've trusted a figure of authority to teach you that. Thanks for the support, guys. More videos to come. Have a good one.